There are many temptations in the world of hip-hop. Some get into drugs, others squander their fortunes on things they don't really need, and others can't leave behind the life they once led in the hood. But one systemic issue in rap that often goes overlooked is the problem of rappers and their multiple baby mama. Because if you aren't willing to step up to the plate and raise those kids, it can do some serious damage to your reputation. And worse, serious damage to the kids who are left caught in the crossfire of all the bitter fighting and public controversy. It's your boy Whoiscam, and today we're taking a look at hip-hop's baby mama problem and the toll it takes on everyone involved. Although you likely know who some of the people we're going to be referencing in this video are, it's important to note that the issue of rappers spreading their seed without properly considering the consequences isn't solely an issue of the newer generation. And to understand how it affects the modern generation of rappers, we must first look at the issues it caused for others. This includes a rapper who many hip-hop heads would consider to be one of the greatest of all time. Over the course of his much too short life, DMX fathered 17 children from 11 women. Where once he was at the top of the game, the fact that he had so recklessly impregnated women came back to bite him when rapping wasn't as lucrative for the dog anymore. In 2013, he had child support debts which surpassed $1.2 million. Then in 2015, he was sentenced to 6 months in prison for delinquency on $400,000 of child support. Like many of the rappers who've gone down this path, X had no strong male role model when he was growing up either. In fact, his home life was far from ideal, and this leads to the creation of collective trauma. In X's case, this unfortunately came to light on a TV show for the whole world to see. The pain X and his kids both felt became clear during a showdown with his son Xavier, where he was asked to go completely sober in order to have a bond with his adult son. But unfortunately, X, who had a horrifying childhood in his own right, and first smoked crack as a teenager, couldn't promise that.
Hey man, now why did you have to go disrespect Mr. Earl like that, bro? R.I.P. to X, man. R.I.P. to DMX, man. But nigga, why did you have to go bring up he smoked crack? We know that, nigga. Damn. Nah, that nigga crazy, bro. He was like, bro, he smoked crack when he was a teenager. Damn, why did you say that, bro?
A relationship. Healthy relationship with you. Can we have that?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm clean. Completely clean. What do you mean? You. That's what you're asking me for? Because that's the only way it's gonna happen. How are we gonna have a nice, healthy relationship if you're toxic? If there's gonna be a condition, if there's gonna be a demand, all I've given you is unconditional love, I'm not gonna change for anyone. My son wants nothing from me. I have so much to offer. I still love you. I love you too. I guess I'll see you at my funeral then.
Tragically, X would die at just 50 years old, with his cause of death being a cocaine-induced heart attack, leaving so much unsaid and unresolved. To make matters worse, X's recklessness meant that it made things incredibly messy when X sadly departed, with more alleged kids coming out of the woodwork to stake a claim to his estate. So while someone like Nick Cannon having 12 kids with 6 women is basically a meme at this point, there are case studies which show the true toll that this unfortunate trend in hip-hop has on everyone involved.
Damn, I be forgetting sometimes this nigga Nick got hella kids. He got money on though. He got Nickelodeon money. Then he got Wild 'N Out money. That Wild 'N Out money is unstoppable, by the way. Yeah. Some kids eating.
And more crucially, how it has reinforced negative stereotypes as well. Just look at the late Shawty Lo, for example. Back in the 2010s, it was revealed that the D4L rapper, who had 11 kids to 10 moms, would be the star of a reality show on Oxygen entitled All My Baby Mamas. From the minute it was announced, people were deeply concerned about how this reflected on society.
Nah, having a show called All My Baby Mama is crazy, bro. Hey, but you can look at it like this though, like they all getting a check, so that's gonna kind of shorten if they don't like if they put you on. They can't really put you on, I don't know, child support or nothing because everybody getting a check.
And it soon led to a petition to cancel the show, which received over 37,000 signatures. In the clip I saw, Lo couldn't even remember the names of all of his 11 children, said one of the campaigners who led the fight against it in an interview. "This is not funny to me. What's so funny about this? This is not just an attack on African American parents and children. but all parents and children. As dysfunctional and violent as so-called reality shows are, could you ever imagine a 1-hour spectacle where 11 children are forced to witness their 10 unwed mothers clamor for financial support, emotional attention, and sexual reward from Shawty Lo, the apathetic father? Suddenly, Shawty Lo, who would also tragically die young, would be forced to try to defend himself to the conservative media. And it seemed like he was just too stuck in the same cycle as DMX.
I think a big fear also was that it was going to glorify the idea of pretty much everybody I've ever spoken with views as something that was irresponsible, having so many kids with so many women. Do you think that given your situation as a dad of 11 kids with 10 women, you are in a position to send the right message about parental responsibility?
Basically, you know, everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon, mister. Basically, like I said, I came from a very hard upbringing. I can't take back what happened.
Although the show never aired, people being concerned about Shawty Lo's reality shouldn't have been the real focus, because by all accounts, he was a man who was in his children's lives and took care of them. As a result, neither the baby mamas themselves or any of Shawty's enemies in hip-hop could ever hold that against him. But for today's artists who lived a similar life, the era of social media has meant that this has gone from being a personal issue on the fringes of hip-hop to a real problem, which can permanently damage the parties involved. So let's take a look at rappers who have had to wrestle with this situation. And
this nigga really did his research on these rappers, bro. I be forgetting all these rappers got a lot of kids, man. Damn. This nigga definitely got a lot of kids. This nigga too young to be having all them kids.
More often than not, came out looking more like a deadbeat than dad of the year in the eyes of hip-hop fans. And where better to start than the Toxic King himself? Over the course of his career, Future has fathered 8 kids with 8 women. Since the start of
that new Future album is it's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Go listen to it.
His journey to fame, being a father has been an integral part of Future's public image and persona. Initially, he was seen as a role model, largely due to how he presented himself in this role.
You are an amazing man, because I don't know how you keep him all friendly.
Man, you gotta be a nice guy, you feel
That's
me? It's easy though for me though.
How is it easy to just have
all the baby mamas just get along?
Man, just put the kids first, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's a wild question. Why is they in this nigga personal family business like that? Asking about his baby mamas and his kids. That's be about them people.
Time, this perception would starkly shift, as somehow that version of Future is the same man that would later say the following in an interview with GQ. People have their own definition of what toxic is. These women all were toxic to me. They just don't want to admit it. Over the years, Future has weathered tons of negative attention and bad press, stemming from his ongoing war with his baby mamas over what they see as his treatment of them and the neglect of the kids. Take his baby mama, Brittany Mealy, for example. They've been at war for years over their son Prince. It's even been alleged that he even referred to her as a hoe in a text message to their 8-year-old son, with Brittany stating, "He texts this to a child. You a real coward. He's 8 years old, stupid." Later, she revealed,
Nah, you're wild, bro. Damn, bro, you told your son that your baby mama is a hoe? Whether his mama is a hoe? It's your baby mama still. Damn, why you tell that to little homie? He probably like, damn, bro. Dad told my mama do something. I don't know what that means, but he been saying it in his songs a lot, so I knew it was coming. That's crazy. Why you tell that to Lil Junior, bro?
that Future hadn't seen his son for 3 months despite being in the same state. Never one to apologize or back down, his infamous Mother's Day tweets saw him declare that the only mothers of his children, Hendrik and Cash, were real ones. While in 2019, it took Eliza Serafin taking him to court for him to admit that their child was his. Later, she sued him for damages over allegations he made that she had purposefully gotten herself pregnant rather than because of the 2 years of unprotected sex the parties previously engaged in. Despite the fact that Future has proclaimed that it's the woman who sparked the downfall of these relationships and created distance between himself and his offspring, there are numerous scenarios where this very clearly isn't the case. Take his relationship with Sierra, who welcomed baby Future in 2014. That relationship ended when Sierra, who is now married to Russell Wilson, discovered that Future had been having an affair with his wardrobe consultant, Tarina Lee. By contrast, she and Russell Wilson actually remained celibate until they got married. As of now, Russell has been there for his child to the extent that people think he has more right to the title of father than the multi-platinum selling star who helped create him. The dad that stepped up, no questions, that's Russell's son. They all keep saying stepdaddy. That's a father. On the other hand of the spectrum, Future was clowned for his disconnection to the child after he bought him a Rolex for his 5th birthday.
Say bought him a Rolex.
Happy birthday.
This clip went viral, prompting social media responses such as, "I'm crying, Future got his son a Rolex for his 5th birthday, and Buddy said thanks like it was a lukewarm Capri Sun. All his homies got Avenger toy sets and action figures. Baby Future sitting in the playground with a goddamn Rolex, looking lost." I know for a fact that Lil Future did not want a Rolex at the age of 5. Seemingly only showing up to the big events as opposed to putting the kids first like he originally claimed. There is no more clear-cut example of the effect that Future's negligent ways have on not only his reputation, but the child themselves, than his baby with Jessica Smith. Brought into the world in 2002, Jacoby Wilborn is the firstborn son of Future. But even though the first child is usually treated as a divine gift, it appears that's not how it went down this time. In 2013, Jessica first sued him for child support and claimed that he lied about his income to minimize the payments he had to make. Then, 3 years on, she sued him again and claimed that the $2,800 a month allowance would no longer suffice, as she had to send her child to therapy in order for him to process the trauma of his father's neglect. In the suit, she also stated that Future had harmed the child by failing to maintain a loving and meaningful relationship with him. Although it's unclear exactly where the truth lies, it doesn't change the fact that Jacoby, who is in a
I don't want to go into like financial bag, but $2,000 a month ain't enough. It's a lot. That's more than rent. That's way more than rent. It's a lot.
Aspiring rapper under the name King Kobe has had issues, as in January of 2020, a 20-year-old Jacoby was arrested on charges of criminal gang activity, criminal trespass, and altered ID of a firearm during a gang bust. Considering he's the heir to Future's immense fortune, it makes no sense for him to be leading that kind of life. Unless, of course, he has baggage stemming from abandonment. Despite this, Kobe still cites his dad as an inspiration.
Just by seeing it, being there right there though, like seeing it, like seeing how other people react to his music, and he just being my dad, like just looking at the crowd react to him and how goddamn he get awards and winning stuff. It's just like, dang, I can do that. Like there's a possibility I can get that same award and people can know all my songs word for word just like they know his song. Well, that's one of my main influences for real.
Where Future previously portrayed himself as a potential figure, one person who will be the first to admit that he's not made for the role is NBA Youngboy. At 24 years old, the Baton Rouge rapper has 11 kids to 7 different women. And where Future tried to maintain an illusion that they all got along, Youngboy apparently had no issue creating literal trauma for them all. Namely, when he used 2 of his baby mamas as enforcers to handle Arcola, the mother of his son Kyle, after she was viewed.
If anything, yo, to all the young niggas out there, now let me not say young niggas, let me rephrase myself. To anything out there, to all the young kings out there, hey, scrap it up, pull out gang. Scrap it up, pull out gang. Do one or the other. All these kids, sit down, nigga. Take you a nap, read you a book, drink you some water, chew some onion, do something, man. Scrap it up, pull out.
As being disrespectful towards him. In November of 2023, she went on live to discuss the situation.
Hitting your son's mom in the face with a gun is crazy.
That's crazy.
Get hit in the face with a gun is crazy. I left with so much blood, bro. It's blood on my son's jacket. I just had to go to Target and grab him a quick little outfit before our flight.
Where many baby mamas are portrayed as leeches by some rappers, Youngboy did this to a woman who didn't seem to be waiting on handout.
So since my son's father got money, I can't work. I can call him for whatever I want right now. Working is a choice for me, but we both are parents. Why would I just let him do everything for my son? That's like cheating on a test in my eyes. So I'm going to take care of my son by any means.
Over the years, Youngboy has feuded with the vast majority of his baby mamas, even encouraging feuds between them. At one point, Yaya Mayweather, daughter of Floyd Mayweather, and mom of one of Youngboy's kids, got 6 years of probation for stabbing YB's other baby mama, LaPatra Jacobs. Now, the kids might be young currently, but what kind of impact will this have on them in the years to come? Well, stay tuned to find out a little later. But what we do know is that all of Youngboy's 11 children probably won't be thrilled to hear that their dad isn't really into having kids in the first place.
I'm not really big on it, to be honest. I'm only like in here because you Cause I'm not the type like to sugarcoat nothing, but I'm 4 walls all day.
Unsurprisingly, this led to massive backlash for YoungBoy.
See nigga. That's why I said strap it up, pull out. Nigga got 11 kids and he don't even sure he wanna have kids. Nigga, he already too late. You got 11 kids, just scratch it up, pull out. Nigga.
Who was seen carrying on a cycle that's all too common in the inner city communities he's escaped from. Among the most vocal critics was Charlemagne, who went off on him on The Breakfast Club.
I didn't know I would have to say this, but my brothers, that is whack. All right, so many of us come from broken homes. So many of us had fathers or mothers that weren't big on having kids. But what bothers me about statements like this is NBA YoungBoy talks that gangster talk in his records. Not only does he talk that gangster talk, he talks that big money talk. Well, in the words of Jay-Z, a man that don't take care of his family can't be rich. So don't talk money talk to me if you're not big on fatherhood. And as far as being gangster, you can kill thousands of people in your records. If you're not big on fatherhood, you're not G at all.
And if we know one thing about YoungBoy, is that it's inadvisable to provoke him, and this, of course, led to it hasn't reached the point where Charlemagne is actively using his record as an absentee parent against him by using his baby mamas. However, the same cannot be said for Chief Keef. Exploding onto the map at just 16 years old, Sosa definitely never tried to act like he was some kind of role model, and nor should anyone view him as one. But there's no denying that he's a casualty of what fame and temptation can lead to. Although it was initially believed that he had 5 kids to 5 women, documents filed during hearings over his child support payments revealed that he had 4 more children to 4 more women. That's 9 kids in total. And according to the transcripts of what was said, Keef did not want to pay for any of them. During the hearings, Keef said that he makes $9,000 a month with $9,000 in expenses, basically implying that he breaks even every month and is left with nothing. Despite this, the judge ordered that he pay $564 a month to each of these women to help pay for the child. Considering that, for a time at least, he was one of the hottest prospects in rap, that figure seemed a little slim. Whatever was the case, people couldn't believe that Keef would do that without thinking of the damage to the children. Literal definition of trashiness. That's disgusting. 4 kids who will be screwed up for life. Beyond that, Erica Early, a woman who is 15 years older than him and had his first child when he was 18, wanted him thrown in jail over unpaid child support, eventually campaigning for $500,000 from him. As a result, he now pays her $2,500 per month. But while all that publicly fighting over money can't be good for the kid in the long run, and there's no question marks about whether or not she's basically groomed an 18-year-old in the first place, it doesn't compare to one of Sosa's other baby mamas, Slim Danger. In hip-hop, there's a negative stereotype that women are out there actively trying to get a baby by a rapper to secure a bag. But while this isn't true for everyone, it's clear that they're out there. Namely, Slim Danger herself. A woman
Drea Mitchell. What's the other chick name? Brittany Renner.
Who previously slept with Lil Durk and Lil Baby, among others. Slim Danger revealed on a podcast with the similarly infamous Selena Powell that she actively sought out Sosa to try and have a kid with him.
So I didn't get pregnant yet, so I was like, I gotta do a little more manifestation. I gotta get pregnant for this dude with this big ass.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that's a crazy situation. Cause suppose if you do end up having a kid with the person, what if they don't choose to be responsible for that? I ain't saying they should, cause you definitely should, but it's a wild scenario right there.
Having previously considered other options, she then realized that Keef wasn't the one to play with.
I told him, I was like, hey, I'm pregnant. He was like, join the crew.
Definitely
I was like,
take care of the kid. Damn, nigga, join the crew. And she talking about wrong rapper, nigga. Both of y'all terrible. What about the kid? Damn. Fuck, man. She just done joined the crew, and they just like, ha, gotcha, nigga. She got. She tried to get a guy and got.
After hearing that, people were shocked about how she basically used the eventual kid, Zinc, as a ploy, only to leave him with eventual issues when it comes back around. It's crazy how nonchalant she is about her son not having a relationship with his father, even joking about it. That kid's gonna need a lot of therapy with the parents he has. As if all that wasn't bad enough, Slim then started siding with Sosa's allies when she made peace with the fact that she wasn't getting what she wanted from him, putting him on blast and aligning with Tekashi 6ix9ine. But even he wasn't spared humiliation at her hands.
Let's see, how can I put this? I suck this. Who got a bigger Chief Keef?
6ix9ine was small. How big? He was about a 4.5, 5.
Although having a kid with the wrong woman did damage to Keef's credibility in the short term, he's still very much seen as a hero in the genre, even with his kids being left without a father. However, when it comes to baby mama drama arising from dealing with a woman who'd happily air your dirty laundry, no one miscalculated quite like Freddie Gibbs. A while back, Freddie Gibbs was dating an adult film star who went by the name of Destiny Cream. Over time, they got closer, and when she fell pregnant with his kid,
Freddie Gibbs, bro. Freddie Gibbs, man, your music is too phenomenal for you to be marrying a woman named Destiny Cream. That's what she said. That's what the nigga said. Destiny Cream, gang. Destiny Cream. You didn't do your homework, and I'm pretty sure you did your homework, because when you and academics arguing about that situation, so I know you did your homework. And with the last name Cream, bro, you ain't too much homework you gotta do, nigga. It's Destiny Cream, nigga. That ain't even a real life last name, nigga. She put that on her own last. Destiny Cream, nigga. What Mundo was gonna say to that, dog? Pull up to the function, everybody. This Miss Cream. You don't even call it Destiny. This was Cream. Everybody like, I know, nigga. I already know, nigga. That's crazy, Frederick.
They were still on good terms. However, once things got chaotic, she didn't hesitate to trash him.
It was like watching the downfall of Freddie when he first contacted me. I didn't know who he was, right? And then when I met up with him, he built himself up to be like this, you know, vice lord and like gangster and like coke rapper, whatever, like built himself up to be someone that I could always feel protected with and trust. So and then I slowly saw his downfall, like after we got beat up, and I saw like how that affected him. I saw, you know, how, and he even made a comment to me. He was like, I feel like you don't respect me after what happened in Buffalo.
Yo, DJ Academics is a funny nigga, bro. Me personally, I couldn't do what he be doing, but hey man, get your money, bro. But nigga, I be watching Academics. I just recently started watching Academics. You know, this nigga could keep me that entertained watching his videos, bro. This nigga's funny, bro. This nigga's hilarious. This nigga messy as hell, but he funny.
He would like rep his set, it would make me feel like, okay, he knows people that know people that know people that can protect me, right? And I always felt protected around him and his friends. And then when I saw that he wasn't really like that, I was like, oh shit, like what's going on? This person is not who he says he is.
Taken from one of his closest allies to an enemy overnight over allegations that he had ghosted her, she would go on to release a diss track against him and even take photos with Benny the Butcher following his chain getting snatched in Buffalo.
Let me tell you about a bum nigga named Freddie. One day he slid up in my DM, he was begging to get me. I let him shoot his shot, I never thought it'd get messy. I gave him life and this dummy turned into a deadbeat.
Once the track was released, she sounded off about her motivations, even as some pleaded with her that two wrongs don't make a right. Freddie has not been around since I was 3 months pregnant, way before any of my shenanigans. Y'all gotta stop making excuses for men who snake their own seeds. He himself only posted that he loves 3 of the kids he claims. He has never met our son, does not want to, and does not help financially. He is pathetic. Among the nastiest wars in recent memory, things between Destiny and Freddie were so tense that at one stage, she even considered raffling off the name of his kid to his sworn enemy, Academics.
Freddie, what you didn't know and you're gonna hear her admit is that when she hit me up, your child was already 2 months cooking in that belly. When she appeared on Adam 22 Plug Talk, your child was a little bit more than baby batter at that point. That's Freddie Jr. in that girl.
But a strange thing happened since then, as even after she dropped the infamous pic of him,
yo, she was doing Wild activities, wild. Freddie Jr. was in. This can't be right for Freddie Jr. Freddie Jr. got to see all this in the future. It's a wild situation right here, bro. What y'all be having going on social media, man? You wild out there.
Doing what she claimed a while back on X that earned him the name Spready Gibbs. Even his own enemy, academics, felt for him.
I remember thinking, nah, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. By the way, she had said she would never drop it, but clearly, ain't, you know, they always say, hell hath no fury way worse than a woman's scorn. And I gotta be honest with you, man. That shit ruined my day. It ruined my lunch. Nigga, I haven't eaten since I seen that motherfucking picture.
From there, he even suggested to Freddie that the fact that his new partner is on OnlyFans should be a clear-cut sign to avoid the same trajectory.
I'm not gonna relish in that happening. All I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a good warning. Watch out for this next one, because she fit in the same bill as the first one already. OnlyFans, check.
In the game of rap, any conceivable weakness that you have will be used against you, and if you got a baby mama like Freddie or Chief Keef, you're sure to be in for a rough time. But the issue of rap's baby mama epidemic goes a lot deeper than being embarrassed by your peers. As studies have shown, in 1996, 70% of inmates in state juvenile detention centers serving long sentences were raised by single mothers. But it's not all on the women, as the figures are only slightly lower for single dads, to the point that without both parents having a stake in their lives, there's always a potential for damage. And more often than not, that's exactly what happens. So while the fact of doting fathers tend to be beloved in the culture, think Kendrick Lamar, Ice Cube, J. Cole, and Snoop, not being viewed as a deadbeat by their peers or bashed by baby mamas isn't the only reason why rappers should feel obligated to take care of their kids. The real reason is to do what's right for them. Because while a lot of the men discussed have a lot of kids with different women, having multiple baby mamas doesn't make you a deadbeat either. Just look at the example set by Lil Wayne. Weezy had his first kid at just 16, and overall, he has 4 kids with 4 baby mamas. Rather than all the public disses back and forth, both Weezy's kids and their mothers have nothing but praise for how he's conducted himself. My dad taught me a lot about just being in the industry, period, Regina Carter said in an interview. With him being in the industry since he was 12 years old, he taught me to just keep a thick skin, always be true to myself, never let no one tell me what I can and cannot do. As you know from his rhymes, Weezy isn't the most modest person in the world, so he has boasted about his role in his kids' lives too. I'm not on child support with any of these kids because I'm a great father, so good parenting is not determined by how much money you're paying at all. That's not what it's about. It's about being there and being the most important person in their life. But rather than being just empty words from him, baby mamas like Lauren London have also praised Weezy for taking his share of responsibility to enable the women he has kids with to pursue their own dreams as well. I'm blessed that I'm not parenting alone, Lauren London said. I have help and I get to do what I love. Wayne is a great dad. He's a great father. I have no complaints. As for why he's this way, Wayne credits his mother for teaching him to do right by his children above all else.
Her. Because I have no father. You know what I mean? I lost my father early, as I probably knew him for a good 6-7 years of my life before that happened. Other than that, my real pops, he walk around something. I'm sure he pissed, because I go super hard, and I know you got friends that be like, nigga, you don't know that nigga, that.
Unlike many of his peers who continued the cycle of abandonment, Weezy essentially intended to be the father he never had, and led with the example laid down by the woman in his life.
Yeah, it's all her though. Yeah. All her. Taught me how not to be that. Really? You know what I mean? Taught me how not the farthest of the first from being an immigrant mother. That was their thing. We're gonna teach this young boy how to be a man.
Now regularly seen courtside with his son Cameron at sports games, Wayne shouldn't be seen as special for looking after his kids. But in an era of baby mama drama, he stands out as an example of what not to do when fame and fortune provides you with all the opportunity to be as reckless as you could. With plenty of people already wanting to hate on hip-hop whenever they can, the baby mama epidemic just gives them another reason to tear it down, leaving so many kids in emotional anguish in the process. So in the future, let's hope that people can lead by Weezy's example rather than Future or Sosa's approach.
Hey man, remember, moral of the story from this video is pull out or strap it up. See y'all in the next video. That was a W video, bro. New cap.